to share with you. Some of you may know what's going on. Some of you may have seen what was happening. But it started with a comment on Twitter from Larry Hama. He was talking about Comicsgate, and probably one of our most vocal, quote-unquote, leaders in Comicsgate, voices in Comicsgate, decided to respond to him, and it went a little far with somebody else. A third party jumped in, and it got bad. And it started with Larry Hama putting out this post that says, in talking about Comicsgate, it says, it's a group of comic book pros who are reviving waning careers by pandering to misogynists, racists, and homophobes. Okay. They have a hit list of creators they consider libtard SJWs. I don't know if we have an actual list, but we do, consider you libtard SJWs.
No, we don't even use those words.
That's true.
SJWs.
Pretty much everybody I admire in the business is on that list, so I'm rather proud of my inclusion. And
by the way, Andrew, I'd like to commend you on actually getting through that tweet or that whatever message and actually I can't even say it. Pronunciating every word clearly.
Thank you. I'm trying. I really am. So I almost said Evan. Ethan Van Sciver responded, said, I've got bad news for you, Larry Hama. If there were a list, which there isn't, you wouldn't be on it. We love you. Richard C. Meyer, who is your boy Zach, Diversity in Comics, Comics Matter with your boy Zach, for those of you who don't know who that is. Richard C. Meyer especially admires you and cites your comic as the reason he chose to enlist and serve his country. Your G.I. Joe comics and their lessons in loyalty inspired us all to stand up for each other as your friends tried to exert pressure on us to betray what we knew was right. We stood behind Richard C. Meyer in his lawsuit against Mark Waid because of your G.I. Joe comics, and we have stood together in solidarity in not giving Kickstarter our business because of their persecution of conservatives and political discrimination. You taught us what it means to be a real American heroes. You inspired Comicsgate.
Wow, what a oh my God, what a brilliant jab.
Yeah.
I bet. Wait, now because I haven't seen this, and I'm guessing Larry Hama went apeshit.
No, actually he did not. Larry Hama, to his credit, kind of just ignored it, maybe.
Good.
But other people,
Ethan's 100% right, and I think it's interesting. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, well,
there's the Bleeding Cool article.
Yes. Well, no, this was no, I didn't go to Bleeding Cool for this. This was
I know what sparks the next thing.
Yeah. Well, the next thing was a retailer who decided to lash out at Ethan,
of course,
for his comments. A guy named Mike Wellman, who owns a shop in California. I forget, the Atomic Comics or something. And he posted or replied to Ethan with, I can't wait to see you at a show, Ethan, and beat the living F out of you.
Real smart human being to put that in a public forum.
Oh, no, it gets worse.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, way worse. Like everybody's tweeting at the FBI worse.
Yeah. He says, I am literally going to beat your ass.
Mike Woman was drunk because his store is closed.
Yeah.
All right. Shut up and listen. Okay. Todd, this is really, you need to hear this because this gets crazy. He says, I am literally going to beat your ass. How dare you insult legends like Larry Hama as well as our industry itself? F you. I am a libtard with fists. You're going to feel them the next time we are at a convention together. I'm going to beat the living F out of you in front of everybody. Now, just a reminder, this was all still done on a public space like Twitter. So everybody saw what was going on. And this, which is insane to me. He says, you're such a little cowardy biatch, Ethan Van Sciver.
Let's fight.
Let's fight. Let me feed you a fist sandwich, you little biatch.
This guy's just drunk, dude.
I don't know, but needless to say,
I mean, he shouldn't say it. He should be arrested. Like,
well,
this is threatening, you know.
well, needless to say, it didn't stop there. He sent a direct message to Ethan, saying, "Give me your home address and give the police an actual reason to be concerned, because I will come to your house and blow your effing face off your skull. That is a fact."
Wow. Somebody's burning.
Somebody's mentally ill. I'm not a professional, but and then turns out this guy was direct DMing Ethan the entire time, and Ethan needed to show people what he was saying, and I've got the screenshots. So if you haven't already read these, I'm going to share these with you. So this guy, Mike Wellman, he reaches out to him on Facebook. He says, "I'm coming to beat your ass, son. Why not make it a feature at an upcoming comic convention? Could be fun. I'm going to beat your ass either way, but let's let people have an opportunity to enjoy me beating your ass in public, right?" And then Ethan, I'm not sure. I know for a fact Avery would not respond the way Ethan did. Yeah. I'm not sure even I would respond the way Ethan did, which was actually calm and very concerned. And he says, "Bro, there isn't going to be any more conventions. You're going to have to wake up." And then this is where he starts threatening to come to his house. Let me grab the other screenshot.
And Ethan posted these?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
These have been all over the place.
Live stream about it. Like, it's public knowledge. This guy threatened his life, threatened to come to his house.
Yeah. He says,
"This guy's insane."
He says, "I'll just come find your home then. What's your address? Put your big boy pants on and tell me where you live." And then Ethan says, "Mike, do you have family?" And he says, "Tell me where you live so I can drive right up to your house and home deliver your ass whipping you deserve." And Ethan says, "Take care of your family during this hard time." Because Ethan's like, "Dude, I'm stepping away from this. This guy's insane. He knows it."
He's also poking the bear. He also isn't like not responding.
He's kind of responding the way I probably would if I had a level head. If I had a level head, I'd be poking the bear too. But this guy goes totally off the rails. He says, "It doesn't matter if I have a family or not. Did you vote for Trump?"
Wow.
You are deflecting. And it's like, where did that come from? I mean, I understand these people are sick. And this guy, I'm not a medical professional, sounds like he is thoroughly sick in the head.
Yeah. Broken. He's got a problem.
Broken is very much a true statement. He says, it does matter. Your family needs you. It's kind of his way of saying, "Hey, listen, you need to shut up now because the cops are going to be at your door. If you have a family, they're going to need you to be, strong and not be in jail. So stop what you're saying, dumbass." It's kind of what he was saying. And then this Mike Wellman comes back. "Why are you so suddenly compassionate? It's a little too late, don't you think?" And Ethan says, "I'm compassionate because I can tell you're ill, and I love retailers." And then he comes back and says, "Do you have any regrets at all for being a Trump voter?" Once again, what does that have to do with anything? I don't. That's how sick this person is.
It's also a threat. It's like, if you don't regret voting for whoever you chose to vote for, you've done something wrong. And this is kind of the problem with certain areas of belief.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders, you could, there's plenty of people that would have the exact same reaction, but you know what? That's okay. Guess what? We still live you still live in a free country, and you can vote for whoever the fuck you want.
Yep. And he goes
That's
on.
How we have elections. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, I come from New York. A lot of people support AOC, and I have the same reaction, but what do I know? That's none of my business.
Yep. Well, Ethan comes back and says, "Comicsgate doesn't talk politics. We talk about selling comics. Politics kills sales." And then this Mike guy says, "Comicsgate means something. I'm not into it. But is Comicsgate on the side of Trump? I can't align with that."
God, he's so stupid.
This is a guy who obviously has never watched any live stream with any Comicsgate professional or person. Never. Because nobody talks about Trump as much as this guy talked about Trump in just this conversation. You know? Which is crazy. He says, anyone can be Comicsgate. We don't ask your political affiliation. It's about customers, hot dog salesmen, vendors. Talking about... Whoops, I got to switch to the other screen. This is the last one. Hot dog salesmen, vendors, talking about diverse issue drives away customers. I'm going to leave it there, brother. There isn't going to be a fight. Take care of yourself and your family and get better.
And you said diverse. You meant to say divisive.
Oh, I screwed up. I messed up a word.
Oh God.
Oh, my whole thing's blown up,
You
man.
are just Andrew.
And here's where it ends. And this is really, really sad. The guy says, answer me one question. And Ethan says, what's your question? He says, are you a supporter of Donald Trump? This guy has got one thing on his mind, and it's obvious.
He has Trump syndrome.
He needs help. This is somebody who needs somebody, and I think it's already been done. Somebody out there is reaching out to try to get this guy some help, because this is insanity. To make threats like this on a public forum, to private message the person and say, I'm coming to your house, give me your address. This is just insane.
Look at his answer. Ethan is right and says, my political opinions are none of your business, which is true for everyone.
Yeah.
For everyone. And this guy is like, oh, they are my business, actually.
Yeah. He says, the president isn't the source of any of your problems, and my political opinions are none of your business. And then he responds, they are actually. Your answer answered itself. Goodbye.
All right, well, goodbye, jerk off.
Guys, that's insane. And this all happened. I'm not sure if it happened today or if it just happened recently enough to where this is what they're talking about. This is what's in the comic news right now. But totally crazy. This is, I hate to say it, but even though this is drama, this is politics, this is Comicsgate drama, it's the stuff I don't like to do. I don't like to focus on. This is something that needs to be covered, because we're at a tipping point. And with all the people being locked in at home or having to stay at home, having businesses shut down, the crazies are coming out. I mean, to be honest with you, when Trump got elected and became the president, the crazies came out.
Let me tell you this,
causing them to come out even more.
Let me tell you this honestly, and this is 100% truth. At least this is my truth, I guess you could say. Like, it's stuff like this guy and all the other stuff that's going on that has gone on against independent creators that decided to do Indiegogo, that might have happened to vote for somebody that somebody else didn't like. The level of mental illness and the fact that it's not just like, oh, you voted for this guy, you're a dick. It's like, I want to kill you. There's so much mental illness that is what stopped me from going out, and that has been the biggest factor in me not being a comic pro. And you know that because you know my history, and you know that I've worked at these companies. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and
you also live in a hotbed of insanity.
But I'm saying, and you as someone, like, you know, most of the time someone will say like, oh, well, that's why I didn't do it, and it's like, well, okay, that might be a reason, but you never were there, so it's different. But like, I know these people, I've worked with these people.
Yeah.
I've been there and I've done that, and it's the reason why I didn't pull the trigger and go even further with it, like in terms of being, you know, pull the trigger on my career, because I was like, these people are crazy, and like I if there's anything in my own,
they can walk down the street and get to you.
Well, if there's anything in my personal life that I in my personal being that I've ever defended, it's that I really do not like other people having the ability to control what I can and cannot do, or can and cannot say. And I've been that way my whole life. And I would gravitated towards comics because it was a medium where I could say what I wanted to say and draw what I wanted to draw. If I wanted to make a blockbuster movie, I didn't have to have a $100 million budget. All I had to have is a pencil and a piece of paper and a cool idea and some friends that would be like supportive.
Right.
And what's happened now is that you can't do anything. If you draw a character and the main character's butt looks too nice, you're a sexist or a bigot or this or that. And it's like it takes balls of steel to be able to do that and go into it and say, yeah, I know I'm going to get hit and I'm going to take it because I really want to do this and I don't care what you think. That's a hard position to take, especially since no payout. You're getting hit almost. It's like jumping into it's like saying I want to be a boxer and get my ass beat every day for no pay. And there's not a lot of people that want to jump into a ring without getting paid and get their ass whooped as a it's like being a fluffer and not getting paid for it. You know what I mean?
Why do you think I draw furries? I mean, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
but it really is stuff like this where like I'm somebody that and again, I'm just speaking for myself here, but like I'm someone that understands marketing, understands sales, is at a professional level artistically, as we all are, I think. And I'm still choosing to be tiptoeing around because I also understand in marketing the reason that guys like ya boy and the reason that Ethan have hit a nerve is because the number one rule of marketing is to be between the crazy zone and the mainstream. It's called the prolific zone. And the prolific zone, once you're in the prolific zone, you get hate because you're planting your flag, you're taking a position, and you're throwing rocks at your enemies. And that is a core marketing tactic. And I think those guys did it out of the sheer gut instinct. And they hit a nerve. But look, I mean, you're like, man, these guys are making $500,000 on a campaign and $1 million here and $250,000. Yeah, they're also having their lives threatened every single day. They're getting legitimate death threats. And these aren't like people reading, I don't know, Daily Beast or some shit. Like these are people who genuinely have mental problems and could genuinely do something harmful. We've been to conventions our entire lives. We know we've seen some people there. They're kind of like, I don't know if I want them around my kids.
What's that old expression? If they're not trying to kill you, you're not doing it right or something along that line.
I don't think that's how that goes.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get it right, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple things. There's a famous one that says, if you haven't generated hate mail by noon every day, you're not marketing correctly. That's from marketing one. And then there's another one that says the counter to that is that if you really believe that you have something that can change perspectives and that can genuinely help people, you have a moral obligation to put it out there, which is a really nice way of saying of keeping something nice close to your heart to get beyond the hate that you're going to get. But even those guys don't get death threats. I mean, maybe some of them do, but like not like this. Like the comic industry is incredible. It really is. It really is filled full of like wannabe like homegrown terrorists or something. Like these people are nuts.
Is there an industry out there right now where it's safe to be a independent creator and to speak your mind? And if you don't agree with the world, it's okay. It's a safe place. There isn't one of those out there. There isn't.
No, comics is the most independent art form there is, man. There isn't really any other. Like you look at fine art. I mean, fine art, you have to be supported by a system. Comics, you just have to be able to find a printer and print the damn thing. Like it's the most basic, cheap way to get a vision out. Period. There's nothing easier. Yeah. But it's also. I mean, other than like making some stickers or something, but stickers don't tell stories. Stickers don't change. I mean. So I guess some stickers could change mine. You could.
Comics is a medium where you can share your vision by just going to Kinko's.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
It's that simple.
People can fold and staple and make copies, and you can share.
You literally can change American culture by drawing on some paper, folding it, stapling it together, and getting enough attraction and traction to change people's perspectives. And that there is nothing else that can do that. There's nothing else. And that is a pure American creation, and it's the core of American mythology, so it must be destroyed. And they've done an amazing job of destroying it, man.
Kodiak agrees with you. He says, right on, Todd.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right on, Code.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking out our video. If you like this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and join us again. We live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We usually go for about an hour. We do drawing, we talk about comics, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Make sure you leave us a comment and let us know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down either way, and we'll catch you all next time.